Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. Today, guys, we're talking about Marvel Now, and this is a new #1 called Infamous Iron Man, The Rise of Doom. So is Doom taking over the mantle from Tony Stark? That's why I really picked up this book, on seeing why is Dr. Doom taking place of Iron Man. This book is written by Brian Michael Bendis, and the artwork is done by Alex Maleev. The artwork is not my favorite type of artwork. I just feel like it lacks detail. I don't like the coloring in it. Certain characters you can't always make out. Like when you're sitting here looking at this, and you're like, oh, who is that? You know, that's Maria Hill in the book. I just not a fan of the artwork. It's just not for me. So right away, this book is not going to get a 5 because of the artwork. But I decided to overlook that and say, you know what? It's about the story. We're going to see what this is about. Why is Victor Von Doom Iron Man? Did we get any of those answers? Or did this book just come out because of the delays of the Civil War main series? So we'll find that out. This book starts off with the Cabal, okay? We see classic style Dr. Doom talking with the Cabal, Red Hood being an asshole, kind of trying to find out, information about Dr. Doom, about demons and his mom and all this other stuff. And you think that, like, Dr. Doom is this asshole and he sits there and evaporates Hood, but that's not the case. He kind of banishes him to India and he's like, oh, he'll make his way back. So for me, that was the best part of the story because it's this iconic classic Victor Von Doom that we've known for years and years. And the next thing we do is it kind of goes forward to today's Victor Von Doom after Secret Wars, where he's wearing the suit and tie, trying to make things right in the world, right? So in the beginning of this issue, we wind up seeing Diablo in the book, and it's just this miscellaneous thing that happens. It feels like that this first issue, for me, was very filler. We have Diablo, who somehow captures Maria Hill, and is using this truth serum to try to extract the codes to get in control of the helicarriers. Well, out of nowhere, Victor Von Doom comes out, tries to save the day, and he does. He stops Diablo from doing that, and he transports Maria Hill back to where she belongs. There's no real clear-cut motive. It just happens in the book, you know? He's just, again, I guess he's taking place of Tony Stark, but you don't really know why he's doing it. Because I feel like the book doesn't want to obviously give away those spoilers on what happens with Civil War. So then it goes to this next scene, which it's strangely placed as it goes and it goes to the doctor, that the on and off again relationship of Tony Stark and this doctor. And so what happens is we see Victor talking with the doctor, and, you know, he's talking about their relationship, and the next thing you wind up seeing is Victor Von Doom disappears, and Ben Grimm sits there and shows up, and he sits there and he talks to the doctor and says, have you seen Victor? We noticed that he's been in the area. Do you know anything? And she's kind of dumbfounded, and that's kind of how that story ends. Then you get to this next scene where we see Victor and an AI Tony talking, and we get to see that, okay, we know that Tony is missing. We know that his brain has been inserted into armor. And Victor Von Doom out of nowhere just sits there and goes, I know what I must do. And he transforms himself into his own version of armor, kind of like a mix between his old self and a new self, where it's silver armor, kind of that off color that he would have in his eyes or his magic. And he flies off and he sits there and goes, oh, you know, I'm Iron Man now. And that's kind of how the book ends. So what did I think about this book? I don't know. I thought it was very filler because they did not want to give any spoilers away of what happened in Civil War. Now, if the Civil War issue came out beforehand and then this came out after, you would kind of know what happened to Tony and why he made the decision to leave, or why not be Iron Man anymore, and why Victor Von Doom feels he has to take place of Tony Stark's place, you know? But this is just, it just felt very filler because they did not want to give any spoilers away. So, and there was no real cliffhanger here to sit there and go, wow, this was a great introductory to, this new version of Iron Man. We already know that Victor Von Doom has been looking after Tony Stark. We just don't know why. We still don't know why, even after this issue. It just seemed like this book was here. It doesn't really need to exist. It was very weak. I might give the second issue a try just to see what happens, if there's any real substance to this story, and does this comic really need to exist? So after reading this book, I'm giving it a 2.75. I didn't like the artwork. I didn't like the overall story. It just seemed to jump from place to place to place. There was no cohesiveness to it. It just was a very weak introductory to this new series. So again, 2.75 out of 5 stars. Guys, leave me in the comments. Tell me what you thought of this book. Did you read it? Did you pass it up? Keep that discussion in the comments below. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline, and this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care, guys. Bye.